We get a phone call 2 days later that 2 recreational kayakers are out again on the Pinellas County side. As one of our kayakers is fishing, his fishing line snags on a bag. He has to go further into the mangroves. He smells something, as he describes as undescribable. And when he went and got closer to remove his fishing line, he sees that a plastic bag has been opened. There's been salt water in there. He can't tell what it is, but it looks like a human body. So he does the right thing and contacts law enforcement. Unfortunately, because of the conditions that her body was left in, it was more in those advanced stages of decomposition, and we weren't able to just do a fingerprint. So that's what took longer. Today, I'm able to confidently stand in front of you and tell all of you that we have located Nahida Bristy.
A man is out on the water near the Howard Frankland Bridge, fishing line in hand, enjoying what should have been a perfectly ordinary day. Then his line snags on something just below the surface. He pulls, and what comes up changes everything. A trash bag, and inside it, the decomposed remains of a human being. That is how this case finally gave up its last secret. Welcome to Vile Crimes. If you are new here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss a video. Now let us talk about what has happened in one of the most chilling cases we have covered on this channel. Tampa, Florida, a university city full of young people from all over the world who came to build something with their lives. The University of South Florida draws thousands of international students every year. Students who leave their families, their countries, and everything familiar behind just for a shot at a better future. 2 of those students were Zamil Limon and Nahida Bristy, both 27 years old, both from Bangladesh, both doctoral students pushing toward dreams that would never get to be fully realized. If you have been following this case, you already know how it started. Both students disappeared on April 16th. Zamil was last seen at his off-campus apartment on Avalon Heights Boulevard. Nahida was last seen on surveillance footage walking across the USF campus just hours later. Within days, Zamil's body was found stuffed inside heavy-duty trash bags on the Howard Frankland Bridge. His roommate, 26-year-old Hisham Abugharbi, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder. And a second set of remains had been pulled from the waterways nearby, but had not yet been officially identified. Now they have been, and the confirmation came on May 1, 2026, when Sheriff Chad Chronister stood before cameras and told the world what everyone already feared in their hearts. The remains found by that kayaker tangled in the mangroves on the Pinellas County side of the Howard Frankland Bridge were Nahida Bristy. DNA confirmed it. Her body was in such an advanced state of decomposition that fingerprints could not be used. She had been in that water for days. Both students, both found in trash bags, both dumped near the same bridge by the same man who had been living in the same apartment as one of them. Sheriff Chronister called it calculated. He called it premeditated. And when you look at the full picture of what investigators have uncovered since the arrest, you start to understand just how accurate those words are. Because this was not a moment of panic or a crime of passion. What the evidence shows is a man who planned this, prepared for it, and then tried to disappear the evidence piece by piece. So let us get into exactly what they found, because the details of this investigation are something else entirely.
We used to sing together a lot, and the last song we did was Living on a Jet Plane, and we could not finish the whole song. We were crying because she will be leaving soon. So that was the last memory, and I'll always cherish those memories till my last breath.
A heartbreaking conclusion for Nahida Bristy's family, who say they will remember her as a joyful, positive, and bright young woman looking for a better future in the United States.
We were really happy that she will be coming soon back to Bangladesh. So we were making plans with her, what we are going to do, and everything just collapsed.
According to Sheriff Chronister, Zamil and Nahida were last seen on April 16th before noon. At around 11:30 p.m. that same day, the suspect, Hisham Abugharbi, was seen by his roommate moving large boxes from the apartment in a cart. The disappearance of the students was reported on April 17th to USF police, but the body of Zamil Limon wasn't recovered until April 24th.
As gruesome as this murder was, he was literally left on the side of the highway like a piece of trash.
Nahida Bristy's remains were discovered April 26th by a kayaker fishing near the Howard Frankland Bridge.
He sees that a plastic bag has been opened. He can't tell what it is, but it looks like a human body.
Bristy's remains were not officially identified until yesterday because of the state of decomposition.
So here is where it gets really unsettling, and I need you to stay with me on this, because the evidence that investigators pulled together in this case is the kind of stuff that makes you realize just how calculated this whole thing was. Let us start with the phone. When detectives got hold of Abug Harbia's phone, they found that content had been deliberately wiped. He had tried to clean it. But here is the thing about forensic technology. It does not let you off that easy. Investigators ran a full forensic examination and recovered what had been erased. And what they found on that phone told a story that no defense attorney is going to find easy to argue against. Days before April 16th, Abug Harbi had been on ChatGPT asking what would happen if a human body was placed in a black garbage bag and thrown in a dumpster. When the AI flagged the question as dangerous, he did not stop. He pushed further and asked how would they find out. Then he searched whether cars are checked at Hillsborough River State Park. Think about that. He was not just planning how to kill. He was planning the route he would take to dispose of the bodies afterward. He was researching disposal sites in advance. And it did not stop there. His Amazon purchase history showed he had ordered duct tape, trash bags, lighter fuel and fire starter before the students disappeared. Then on the night of April 16th itself, at around 10:30 in the evening, he placed a DoorDash order from his own phone for trash bags, Lysol wipes and Febreze, which were delivered to the apartment door about 30 minutes later. Let that sink in for a second. He ordered cleaning supplies and body disposal materials to his front door on the same night the murders took place. The CVS receipt recovered from the dumpster outside the apartment confirmed this, with a timestamp of 10:47 p.m. on April 16th. Now here is something that the third roommate witnessed that night and later told detectives. He saw Abug Harbi using the shared apartment cart to move large cardboard boxes from his bedroom to the trash compactor in the building. Large boxes. In the middle of the night. And nobody questioned it at the time, because that is the kind of thing you do not think twice about when you trust the people you live with. When detectives searched that trash compactor, they found Zamil's wallet, his campus ID badge, his credit card, his eyeglasses, and clothes with what appeared to be blood on them. They also found Bristy's campus ID and credit cards inside Zamil's locked bedroom, which tells you she had been there. Inside that apartment. That was the scene of the crime. Going back into the apartment with a search warrant, detectives found blood residue trailing from the kitchen all the way to Abug Harbia's bedroom. His bedroom carpet was soaked in blood. 2 spots on the carpet, described in court documents as relatively human-sized, both tested positive. The kitchen floor mat was missing entirely. When investigators sat Abug Harbi down and confronted him with all of this, his response was not tears, not shock, not even denial. Sheriff Chronister described it plainly. He was non-reactive, callous. He showed absolutely no emotion when presented with the details of what he was accused of doing to 2 people who had done nothing to deserve any of this. And this is the part that I think is going to stay with a lot of you. His own mother told investigators after his arrest that he struggles with anger management and had been violent with his family in the past. A 2023 police report revealed that during a domestic incident 3 years earlier, he had punched his brother and kicked his mother to the ground. He was placed under the Baker Act, which is Florida's law for involuntary mental health holds. During that incident, he made delusional statements, claiming he was the son of Mary and that he had created his brother and was his god. His family told police his behavior had deteriorated significantly after he began using medical marijuana. A relative wrote in a victim impact statement that he used to be a cool, supportive, and helpful eldest son before it all changed. The charges were eventually dropped. The warning signs were documented. And then the system moved on.
He was very special. He was extremely bright. He possessed a deep and very insightful intellect.
Others knew Nahida Bristy.
Her fellow graduate students looked forward to seeing her and talking to her. They told us about her love for music and singing, the umbrella she always had on hand to shield herself from the Florida sun, her willingness to help other newly arrived graduate students on how to navigate procedures at USF and in the US that she herself had to figure out.
Many didn't know either.
As a graduate assistant myself, I see myself in them, and being able to come here in community brings us all together.
Fellow students from Bangladesh perhaps knew them best.
We shared our food together. We stayed most of our time together. We have joy together. We have laughed together.
Two close friends now remembered as one.
To the families of Nahida and Jamil, near or far, this entire community is standing with you today.
Then, one by one, each friend or stranger with a flower, processing toward their pictures, leaving them on the ground as a symbol, as a cry, a meditation, a promise, or a prayer.
I hope we'll have a good world where we all can stay safely.
Showing the rest of the world how one campus, one student body, and one community can come together.
So where does this case stand right now, and what happens next? Because that is the question I know a lot of you are sitting with. Hisham Abugharbi is currently behind bars at Hillsborough County Jail with absolutely no bond. A judge has already ruled that he stays in detention as he awaits trial. He is facing 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder with a weapon, and the evidence stack against him is enormous. A forensic digital trail, physical evidence inside the apartment, witness testimony from the third roommate, phone location data, purchase records, and 2 bodies found exactly where his movements placed him that night. The prosecution's case is not thin. It is layered and it is detailed. His public defender's office has declined to comment on the case, which tells you they are being very careful about how they approach this. One angle that may come up during trial is his mental health history, the 2023 Baker Act hold, the documented erratic behavior, the family's claims about marijuana use affecting his mental state. Whether that becomes a defense strategy remains to be seen. But what investigators have made clear is that whatever was going on in his mind, the planning involved in this crime was deliberate. You do not research body disposal methods on ChatGPT, order trash bags through DoorDash, scout locations on your phone, and move boxes in the middle of the night by accident. That is not a breakdown. That is a blueprint. Florida's Attorney General has also launched a formal investigation into whether ChatGPT provided advice that aided in the planning of these murders. This is now a national conversation. What responsibility do AI platforms carry when their technology is used as a research tool for violence? The chatbot flagged the question as dangerous, and he kept going. So the question being asked in legal and tech circles right now is, at what point does a warning become an obligation to report? There are no easy answers yet, but this case may be the one that forces those answers out. Back at the University of South Florida, the campus held a vigil to honor Zamil and Nahida. Students, faculty, and members of the Bangladeshi community in Tampa came together to mourn 2 people who deserved so much more than what happened to them. A petition has also been circulated calling on USF to review how off-campus housing is presented to international students, to set safety standards for which properties can be listed on university-facing housing resources, and to create better systems for flagging roommate concerns. Because Zamil was matched with this man through an off-campus arrangement, and the question a lot of people are asking now is whether anything could have been done differently to protect him. In Bangladesh, 2 families are trying to figure out how to grieve across thousands of miles. Nahida's brother Zahid talked about her laugh, her cooking, her plans to come home and do something big for her country. Zamil's brother asked the world to keep his brother in its prayers. These were not just students. They were somebody's whole world. And that is what I keep coming back to whenever I cover a case like this. The victims in true crime stories are so much more than the circumstances of how they died. Zamil was a researcher trying to use artificial intelligence to protect the environment. Nahida was a chemical engineer who loved to sing and cook and dream out loud. They both got on planes and flew to America with nothing but ambition and good hearts, and they deserved to make it home. Now I want to leave you with some questions, because I think this case raises things that go beyond just the courtroom. What does it say about a person that they can live alongside someone, share a space with them, and still plan something this horrific against them? What kind of internal world does a person have to be living in to do what Abugharbi allegedly did, and then show absolutely no emotion when confronted with it? And how many times does a system have to document warning signs before something is actually done about them? His family raised the alarm in 2023. The courts gave him a slap on the wrist and moved on. 2 people are now dead. These are the questions we should all be sitting with. If this video moved you, please like it, share it, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the mental health history will play a role in the trial? Do you think AI companies have a responsibility to flag, and report conversations like the ones found on his phone? Let us talk about it. And if you are not already subscribed to Vile Crimes, now is the time. There are more stories coming, and you do not want to miss a single one.